Alright, welcome back to another league race. This time we're with DNS, and this time we are in Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. So, thankfully, to my relief, it's a dry race. I was shitting myself for a wet race. I'm not going to lie, because Japan, it's one of my best circuits on the calendar. I raced here recently in TMC, and you saw the pace was there, but unfortunately I lost it coming into turn one and trying to pass low key and finish like P7 in the end. So I am out for revenge in that regard today, and not a great start as I ended up flipping, just skid across turn one, just missed me breaking point, missed the apex, and I was so lucky not to have to lose a wheel there, my wing taking the brunt of it. But honestly, this really shook my confidence, because like I'm heading into this race, I'm feeling good, confident. Like yes, I was doing a time trial earlier, and then on my second lap, right, my second lap is a 28.1. Second lap, having just popped back into this track ever like so. I was feeling confident, and then to have that happen on the first turn, it really shook my confidence. So I was quite tentative, and you can see like I did 29.5. This is on my second stint, my second run, or something. Yeah, my second stint. I did a 29.5, and that was only going for P2. So we're going to stay on board this lap, and again, you can't see there I'm taking it cautiously, because that skidding that way through the first turn really shook my confidence for the rest of this qualifying session. So I was kind of just trying to build back up that confidence, because and honestly not trying to invalidate it, because that's why I'm a bit tentative through this Degner. I lift off a lot longer than I really need to, and but look, I've gone purple through sector 1, so we're doing okay so far. But yeah, that was a scary mode, because if I had fecked that up around Japan and started from the back, that would have made life very difficult, and I'm not too sure how things would have panned out from there. But we did get a lap in eventually. We're going to try for another one now, going through the spoon section, drift out, come back in. So that's again I'm a little late on the throttle there, but anyways, coming through then over the cross section on this figure of 8 track, of course. So there's the golf at 29.2 from HYT, purple sector 2, 5/10 up, maybe 6/10 up. Can I make any more up in this last sector? Braking, beautiful chicane, could nail that apex a bit better. Shortest run to the finish line, and I am going to do a 1:28.8, which is okay. I obviously could have gone a little bit quicker, but I was a little the confidence was shook after that. So there you go, we're starting on pole position, so that's a great result, and that's the place I want to be heading into turn 1, because racing behind someone here in turn 1, it is difficult, and you can easily damage a wing. So I'm hoping for 2 wins in a row here at Japan. This is one of the, I think I actually won this race last season as well, and yes, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, strategy: 1 stop onto the softs, pit lap 10 or so onto the softs to the end of the race. So whew, let's go. I could do with a big result here after a few shit races. So anyways, lights are coming on. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away I go. Not the best start. Put him up to Rich straight away, and I go quite aggressive to cover off Caesar. His lag there kept him there. I sweep. This is my corner. I sweep through. There's contact from behind, and Caesar's had an off, so I'm not too sure what happened there. I know I was entitled to keep that line. There's nothing that I did wrong there, really, I don't think. Anyways, I was aggressive off the line, but that turn 1 was mine there, and at that stage, if you keep your wing in there, it could be trouble. So unlucky for Caesar. He looked like he was fairly up there today, but we shall see. Well, we shall see. I mean, we can't see because the race is over. But just making our way through to the lap 1, I actually overfilled the car. I didn't mean to put nearly 3 laps in. I meant to do just over 2. So I'm a little heavy at this stage of the race. So, but it gives me the opportunity at least to just run rich for pretty much this entire first stint through the like on the straights. Like obviously I wouldn't run too much through the corners, but like a number of like obviously like the main straight, coming out of that hairpin up to here, even through the spoon section as well. You can all the way 1 through 130R. Like there's a lot of throttle on this track, like so where you're on the throttle a lot. So the opportunity to use rich was there. So excuse me, that's what I tried to do. So yeah, comfortable enough first lap. I'm just getting the grips with the car, the fuel load, And yeah, we're going to lead our way through lap 1. Yeah, so I head on to the next lap, then lap 2, coming on to lap 3, I should say, because then our fastest lap. We're going to see a change here between Steve and HYT. HYT is going to get by Steve Patton here for second place, and it became clear that HYT was the man I was racing today, so he was. And he'll begin to pull away from Steve now. A couple of guys are trying to two-stop. I know Steve tried to two-stop. SJD10 did the one-stop from softs to supers, and Carl, I think, did the supers to softs as well. So anyway, lap 7 now. Like, not much happened. Like, I'm just keeping pace. HYT is also keeping pace there. He's 1.7 seconds behind. So, and then Carl are 5. I think Steve actually pitted lap 5, so very early. So that's lap 7. Lap 8. We're continuing to go out. Again, I want to stick to lap 10. And the gap is around... it's 3 seconds, so there's a mistake there. Joe Corby, would you stop ringing me? I'll answer you in a bit. So, anyways, lap 10. I am headed into the pits. It is time to make a stop onto the soft compound tyres. So, anyways, HYT actually decided to go on. So he did. So, interesting choice. I can get now an undercut on him in a way, so and extend that gap a bit further, perhaps in 3 seconds. But SJD10, Steve is going on. Of course, he's on the softs, so of course he's going to keep going. And I'm going to feed into a very nice and handy P3. Carl pitted behind me as well, and Steve is going to come down the pit straight, and he's going to stay in P4. So I'm looking good. You're going to see the gap to Steve in front as I make my way through these S's. Honestly, this coming out of the pits, it just feels so good to have these fresh tires on. Like, it's just incredible how good it feels after going 10 laps on supers. But anyways, going through the Degner, the gap you can see is 13.6 seconds, so I'm looking to get stuck into that, and Steve is 3.9 seconds behind. So that's what we were doing. Lap 12, the gap, as I said, the fastest lap of the race is 10 seconds, so we're bringing that gap down. HYT has pitted. He came out around 5 seconds behind, 4.8 seconds behind, so keep ploughing on. Lap 13, again continuing to set the standard, set the pace, and I could do the 31.8, I think it is. So, and the gap is 7 seconds now to SJD, so the pace is there as his softs are worn, mine are fresh. I can push, and I've got the pace around this place. Lap 15 on to 16, Steve pits onto his super softs. You see the gap behind is around 4.9 seconds, 4.6 seconds. This is lap 16 now, so we're getting quite a bit on into the race. And honestly, like, similar to last year's race, that was it. Like, having pole position is huge, and just being able to have that free air, not get caught behind traffic, and just go for it. With how consistent I was as well. Like, to these last few laps, like, I was managing, fuel saving, even just having like engaging in conversations in the party, like, freely, kind of not even focusing on driving as much. So that's kind of how comfortable I felt today. I win. Yes, that's a big result. I'm very happy with that. I expected it to a degree, but you know, I could have easily gone into that wall in qualifying, and I could have lost a wheel, and I was starting from the back, and it's a completely different race. But thankfully I managed to regroup, I managed to settle down, and yeah, I ran my race, and there you go. I won the Japanese Grand Prix for the second season in a row. This track has been mine, so very happy about that. It's good to win. Unfortunately, I'm still a long way behind in the championship, but I come back up to second after really shitty Malaysia. So this is good. I can build off from here. Next track is USA, so I feel good for that. But there you go. There's the result. I also did not pick up a penalty, so happy days. A few less out tonight. There's a couple of people who weren't able to make it, including Show George and Stefan, the such. But look, you beat who's in front of you, and I beat who's around me today. I got the lap hooked up in qualifying, got the race sorted perfectly, strategy perfect. Didn't have to overtake a single car on track today, and you know that's what you would want to be doing when you're doing this. So second win of the season for me. I'll gladly take that, and I feel much better about this one. So that's it for round number 16, I believe, of DNS. Next up, like I mentioned, is it's USA, a track I enjoy quite a bit. I'm quite decent there, I think. So look forward to that, and hopefully build on this good result I've had here. So signing off from P1 in Japan. Until next time.
Come on, Graham HYT, fucking ready up, honey.